Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back, Space Engineers. I'm your host, Quantum Tator. Quantum Tator, say hello. How are we doing today? Uh, we got some stuff to do today. What the primary thing I'm thinking about doing is taking a nap really quick. Now the sun's coming up. No naps can be had. But what we did do last time, we worked on our farm fresh, farm to table, scrap kitchen slash farm building over there, and you can see it there. I've got the flying squirrel here. I don't believe it is loaded up, but I don't believe that matters. Because what we did last time is we did a little hunting, goodwill or otherwise, to do some building. We did some building. We did a little bit of a time lapse, laying some blocks out, and then I did some stuff offline. As you can see, we've got kind of the bulk of the back end done here. Now if we turn on our major headlights, you can see that right there. We've got some design work done. If we lower this guy to the ground really quick, just slowly but surely, 2 meters off, 2 meters, there you go, do that. Turn the engines off, hop out real quick. I'm planning to put up a set of stairs, and then we have a back door to get in. And we got this, and this was the contraption. John Bray last time said, I need a ball pit for the kids. As far as harvesting goes, you could do the headroom, you could do a drop down. I started to do the drop down in the middle of this thing on these two blocks, and it was not working properly. For whatever reason, I could not get the grids to like sync up, and dual piston was not. They was not having it. Was not having it. So we did a single piston right there. It goes up, it goes down. Got all that stuff. Everything I believe is piped. We've got these vents just for looks. You know, they'll also burn if you stand there, but just like a vent looking thing to keep it cool looking. Nothing back here yet. We haven't. This is not airtight yet. I've not finished off those things there. I've got a timer block specifically to do the collecting here. I don't have what's supposed to be in there. Oxygen tank, hydrogen tank, so we can refill. I did put in this extra cargo slot, and what I gotta say is it is probably a good idea to go ahead and place, if I have it on my bar, which I don't think I do anymore. It does not look like I do. Pop this there, recharge. What are they called? I think they're called charge stations. Nope. Station. There we go. Plop that right there. And I think we'll do, we will do that right there. Just so that we have a way to get hydrogen stuff quickly while we're here. Because I've been having some issues where I'm running out of power. So, medium storm inbound. I love that for me. I think we're going to have a stairway coming off that as well. And I think I just may not have the stuff to make this. So I'll go back home and pick up this stuff with the quick hydro man. So John said, yeah, basically you could do the thing from the top. What else? System could be one large grid. If we really wanted to make the magic happen, you could set a button up so that as soon as you planted the thing, you could press a button that would start a timer for the exact amount of time it takes the stuff to grow, and then it could just automatically drop down. The color scheme of the Nutter reminds him of a land speeder. Oh yeah, like the Luke's land speeder. Yeah, yeah. Great job pirating. You know, he's throwing a little shade at my aggressive pirating last time. He said you managed to capture somebody's forgotten outhouse. You know what? It's my forgotten outhouse now, and I can't wait to forget it. So yeah, that's what we got. And we got on top, we've got some like some just piping and stuff for details. This goes out to the ice in the back. I'm thinking this is going to be where our solar farm is. Maybe some extra guns and stuff. I haven't really decided. This side is sealed up finally, but this over here, we're using the new blocks there with the piping. It's interesting because I thought, oh no, they are painted. So I think it looks pretty good. I think it's coming along. Like I said, I didn't finish this thing off because I wasn't 100% sure, but I think now we might be okay to start maybe a drill, do some stuff like that. I was thinking about having a hydrogen engine power this place instead of solar. Um, I haven't fully decided. If I didn't do solar, what I would slap up there is probably just a turret or maybe like a turret network to give it some blastage. Over here, another vent. I have vent on both sides. And yeah, that's kind of the whole thing. And then we'll have the parking or whatever it is out to there. But we're not doing that today because what we need today, as it turns out, so I can put all these components back right there, turn my lights off. What we need to do today is find silver. That's really the big bulk of the thing I need to do. And I think to do that, I'm going to have to take the freaking squirrel because none of my other ships have a ore detector on them, which is fine. I don't really want to have a bunch of different ore detecting ships, so taking the squirrel is fine. It just means a little bit of driving. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I may have, but I don't know. I thought for sure that um, I thought for sure I put an ore detector on the H nutter, but it does not look like I did. So that's okay. So yeah, that's what we're working on today. What else? We had some other new comments. We had, well, maybe not new. Actually, Stephen Lacey, looks like he said, make use of conveyor spacers. I did go looking through the block of the conveyor to see if I was just dumb and didn't remember a spacer on large grid. There isn't one. I guess if I converted to small grid, that would solve that problem, and I could do that. I did not. I wasn't sure though, and I was like, man, do they have one that I just didn't know about or forgot about? Turns out no. I'm still at least pseudo not brainless. There's that. Let's see. And then JDB 35MP, he said, is there a way I could equalize my voice? Start out normal, and then a few words. I drift off and become very quiet without raising or lowering the volume constantly. Um, oh, it's rough raising the bar constantly up and down. Yeah, I thought, Clyde's had some issues with my volume before. I thought I had it resolved, but it seems like maybe I didn't. It seems like maybe something has gone on with all of that. I need to get into this system. All the batteries we've got. Those are set to auto. Antenna, we can turn this guy on. Wheels, they're on. Gyroscope on. Um, ore detector on. Let's get that. I think this thing is set to stockpile. It is. This is set to stockpile. It is. These are all things I haven't fixed. Those are all on. Okay, there we go. The H nutter or the squirrel should be able to drive around and we can go look for silver because that's what we need to do. We need to find silver. So let's pause for a second. I need to find silver and set up a small silver mine. We can get that done in and out very quickly, I think. It shouldn't be a huge ask. We just have to find it. Once we find it, we mark it, fill up the squirrel, flying squirrel, and then Bob's your uncle. We get some silver going. Um, so that's simple. Just another outpost similar to the magnesium outpost is my thoughts there. And then who else? Who else? Chad. What's up, Chad? How you doing, buddy? Um, Advanced filters on the wall, inline with the farm plots, and then they would all need to be conveyored, obviously. And then you could switch to a smaller medium head, and then you could have the grid conveyors, like basically rotate down and collect everything around the harvest. With small grid parts, you can align the collectors more precise to where you want them over the farms. That gives me an idea, but I don't really have the exact one. The auto planting is actually a mod. Uh, when a seed is deposited or ejected onto the empty farm, it takes root. Unless you're chasing or being chased, the H netter doesn't really need Zippy. The coloring does actually look nut like. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate you. All right, so let's do this. Let's go find ourselves the one thing we need more than anything else, and that is silver. Maybe not more than anything else, but we're going to get a little silver mine set up. Because I don't want to really build a miner if I don't have to right this second. So we're going to go hunting for a silver mine, and we're going to see what we can locate because I want to get some stuff built, and I think silver is one of the materials that is preventing me from doing so. Silver and gold, but silver I think I have none of, and so therefore there's quite a few things I can't build. So we're just going to go on a little roundabout and see what's what. I don't think... Oh, there's silver and gold right there. Ooh, could we knock out a silver gold mine at the exact same time? I don't know if it's possible, by golly, but we can find out. Uh, boop. Thank you. I may not do. The hydrogen engine thing sounds interesting. Let's see. We have silver, and it's all under ice. That's the downside. It means we have to dig down past the ice to get silver and gold. But this is pretty close to all the things. If we keep it in a protective sphere, it's not a crazy drive away. Um, do I already have silver on the map somewhere? That's a question I don't have answered for you. Where's this one at? V mine's there. It's about 560 meters from the Fee mine versus Moon Cobalt over there. You know what? Let's go to that one. We already marked one. We marked one silver. Honestly, what I would like to do... Oh, can't see anything. Good grief. Honestly, what I think might be a good idea... Let's go ahead and turn a light on. Oh, goodness. What is happening? What I think might be a wise idea in thinking about this is if I found silver or gold not over the pole where all this ice is. Like what excuse me. It would put the distance much further away, but that might be the solution. So you know what, the H nutter is getting a modification. We're going to take the H nutter to a big open field where there isn't a ton of ice, and we're going to see what we got. I'm in the middle of choking, apparently. I don't know what's going on with my face. And the other thing I need to do is figure out how to... Good grief, hairball. How to get this thing to link back up because the grid thing did not work. Although, interestingly enough, it only seemed to be small grid detach. It didn't detach our solar panel arrays at the two locations where we have them. So I don't really know what happened still, is my answer. So let's get this guy down. Let's park. And then let's go here. What do we have? We need... do I have this somewhere? I thought I did, but maybe I don't. This guy there. Ore detector. There we go. Bob's your uncle. Put it on small mode. Gonna walk all the way around this building. Alright. We've got a little baby ore detector. Let's get in here. Let's open this up and let's see. Where can we shove this thing that is not super intrusive to the H nutter itself? You know what? I think we're gonna put it right there. We'll do it in lovely Vanta Black. It's not Vanta Black at all, but that's okay. And yeah, let's go ahead and go for a hop, skip, and a drive around. Take off. We're going to cut those big engines, get the forward engines. Now, near our supply post, there was a pretty big open field, so I'm thinking maybe that's where we go to do our hunting. And the reason I want it further away, A, I think gameplay-wise it's more entertaining if it's further away, and B, I don't know. Why not? Why not is really the answer. Why not? Look, magnesium, silicon. Don't we have a... Yeah, it's right there. I was like, don't we have a magnesium mine? I had a whole moment. Yeah, look at this big open spot. This is the place. Wide open spaces. Maybe. It is much harder on this gray rock to visualize silver. Or any ore deposits for that matter. You know how normally you can see kind of the weird discoloration spots? I do see an object over here for pirating. Even though John's going to make fun of my pirating, that was very serious pirating. Many pirates were scared. I scared many pirates that day. Maybe not. Oh yeah, you can totally see it. So it's just, well, there's gold. Gold is 200 meters down right there. That is very deep. All right. Silver is right about, where'd it go? Silver, 27, 26, 26.9. This is center silver right here. So we'll just do GPS Moon AG. Perfect. This is going to be the home of the silver block. That's what we needed. Now we should go check out what that scrap thing was. Who's with me? You guys are, because you don't have a choice. Yay! And then we can turn this off. We don't need to be doing any more juicing. This is supposed to be on-off, not just toggle on. Yay! Save power. 1 day of juice. How much TFTR. One of the things I was thinking, by the way, so the future, the first settlers beacon that we kind of took a first settlers. No, we didn't. I don't know who owned this supply post, but my thought was that we definitely do not want to do a first settlers. We don't want to attack them because they're currently our economy station, and if we um, lost observer drone, if we decide to pirate them, we lose access to our sweet economy station. And there's about to be an economy update coming. I've seen some of the stuff for space engineers too. We may do a little revisit ski because area welding and guns sounds neat, and I'm all about checking out the new stuff. Keen, bang my line, buddy. I will totally do a spot. I won't make it as cool as Iger, but maybe I will. Who knows? I could be cool. You just give me a chance, coach. I'm ready for the big game. Ace Ventura quote. Yeah, I'm gonna fly a little bit further this direction and see if we can find the thing that I was just talking about that popped up on the radar, the abandoned scrap, whatever. If I can't, then we'll turn back and you'll see that. Catch you in a second. I have great news. I have found the abandoned facility. The bad news is I didn't bring a gun, and I have no idea if it's hostile. Trade Little City. We're gonna go hide behind this building. I don't know what my plan is. Ah. Ooh. Is this full? Ah, yes. The rusty rover. What do we have here? Little trade outpost. We could do something with this. Do we get anything good? Eh, not really. That's okay. Ooh! One of the things I did while I was building up the other thing, which is, um, no regret really, but, what I did was, oh, this, if that had enough parts in it, what do we got here? Nothing, nothing, steel plate, stuff like that. Okay, no big deal. What about you guys? Do you have anything? No. We could scrap this place, or we could build this place. Um, I don't have a strong feeling for either. Little outhouse, little building. Yeah, we could do something with this. This could be a nice home for the squirrel, that kind of thing. Um, you know what? Let's just call it what it is. Moon scrap. Moon scrappo. Close enough. Close enough. And we got this little outhouse over here with a hydrogen engine in it. Um, nice. It's movable apparently. We got some parts up here, all this stuff. You know, it's not too bad. We don't need anything from this right this second, but it's good to have this on the menu. On the menu. What does that even mean? I don't know. All right, let's turn these guys off and let us head towards home. Got moon silver. And then we're gonna need to go ahead and turn on our ground zero because I don't know about where it's at. Or I guess I could do the, no, this is fine. Yeah, so we'll just head towards ground zero, which is 7 kilometers that way, not too bad. And we'll just freaking jet along, get this thing up to speed with all the engines, and then I don't have to worry about it. That lost observer drone, I kind of want to investigate, but I don't really want to. Who do we think they are? Factions. TFDR, TFDR, TFDR. The first drillers. First settlers, first drillers. All these firsts. A lot of firsts out there. Alright, I'll see you when I get back to the base. Alright, safe and sound back at home. One of the things I want to do is I want to that's so interesting. Why can't I components? What I'm doing here is I want to put an antenna on, at the very least, I want to put an antenna on the FE mine. But yeah, okay, so what do we need? What do we need? Well, mostly we need stuff to build a base. So what do we got to have? Let's just do this. Modular. I want to be modular. Anybody? No? Just me? Okay. We're just going to put a whole bunch in there. There's no reason really not to, other than I'm going to make the base make even more. But that's okay. I'm not really worried about it. About to sneeze. Excuse me. Good gravy. Let's just do 80. We don't need a whole bunch of those. Oh, let's do 27. I think is what that would be. 27 to get to 80, right? Making sure my math is mathing. Gonna need some of those. Probably some displays. I think that's literally every piece you're gonna need. I don't think we need detector components. We probably could use. You know what? Let's go ahead and go with how much is it? How much is it for an antenna? Do we know what is the antenna? Uh, the big boy antenna requires how many components? 40. Okay, not a big deal. I don't think I have that set as a I don't think I have that set. Basically, is all I was gonna say. I don't think I have a divisible of 40 going into that. So let's go ahead and do 40 there. All right, we've got what we need. I'm gonna go first. You know what? We definitely don't have exactly what we need. What we really need, comp. Go down here, modular. Again, we're gonna take another 40 of these, just because I want to put one on the new place as well. So we're gonna go ahead and head over to the magnesium mine really quick. And while we're at it, we'll probably go ahead and grab the magnesium, even though flying this thing burdened with weight may not be the smartest plan in the world, but I'm not super duper worried about it. We just have to be, oh, we just have to be careful, and we're currently not being careful. No, we are not being careful at all. Why are we not going? Go down, please. Good grief. Ooh, careful. Oof. Okay. There's no reason to bang around like that. The drill's full and not turned off, I'm almost positive, which is dumb. Drill. Basic drill. Turn that off, please. Golly. How stupid. No, it is what it is. Oh, look at that. Modular cargo container just picked up a whole bunch of crap. Why all of a sudden did we grab... Oh, because the drill was putting in... Yeah, neat. Neat, that's fun. I love every second of that. I think we're good on magnesium for a bit. We're going to go ahead and keep that drill turned off. There's no reason to have it on because it's effectively not doing anything useful. That being said, let's go and go here. Grab 100 of those, 100 of those, 100 of those, 100 of those. Just for putting stuff down. And then I think antenna-wise, we're just going to grab this guy here. We're just going to do one of these bad boys right there. Yep. Perfect. And then... what appears to be the problem? Why can't I weld this? Large steel. I don't have any large steel tubes in this freaking thing. That seems incorrect. Oh, why are you dumb? Well, okay. Going back to base really quick. The dumb has preceded me. I thought I grabbed large steel tubes because I was like, I literally grabbed everything. But you know what? I bet I didn't grab small steel tubes either. So let the dumbs begin. The dumbing is happening. That's okay, man. This thing is much more sluggish when it's got a crazy amount of weight in it. The good news is I should be able to fairly easily do everything I need to do, sans pilot it safely. There we go. Okay. Now we do this. We go here. We do this. We do this. I type in the word or. I can put or, 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 and then I did get small steel tubes, so that's good. I just didn't do the other thing, so that's just me being dumb. Yep, dumb, dumb, dumb. Dumb, dumb, dumb. Why are you still here? Nope. Get that out of my inventory. Also not useful. There we go. Perfect. Okay, now we can go do some stuff. I'm going to go weld that up really quick and then make sure that it's set the way I want it to be set. And then the next step is going to be flying over to get the silver mine up. I might even paint it super silver-like. We'll see. Oh, we're slow to stop. Please, please. There we go. Beautiful. Loved everything about that. Now, if we go to HUD text, we're just going to say, what did I call this place? I don't even know. MG Mine, I think, is what I called. I have no idea what this thing is called. Let's just take a look at it really quick. Static grid. It is the MG Mine, but static grid is not it. But thanks. This is really still wobbly too. What is going on there? Let's go ahead and turn shear inertial tensors off. Shear inertial tensors on. There we go. Perfect. Look at that. Everything's beautiful. All right, let's get this thing, and I will pick you up as soon as we get over to our new silver home. Silver home. Silver home. You know what I didn't look at? What it might have been a good idea is to see what ore was near that supply base. I might do that before we do like a gold mine. That's what I'll do. I will validate at the supply post. I'll see if there's anything nearby. Maybe the supply post is just that mine. That's what we do. That's what we do. Yeah. Cheerio. All right. I'll see you in a second. All right. Silver mine location achieved. Now, first and foremost, let's just go ahead and park this bad boy right about her. Nope, wrong button. There we go. Dampers on. Go ahead and get out. Silver is just, I am hungry. Useful, very useful. Silver's just right there. The other thing I can do is I can come in here and I can put one of you back. I don't need you. Or put you there if that's fine. I don't need you there. And I don't need you. Anyways, while I was doing some stuff, I went to check to see if the TFSL trading post was selling anything useful or buying anything useful, and the answer was no, it was not. So silver is right here. I think we're just going to do a light sculpting of the ground, maybe. And then yeah, let's. Okay, perfect. Light sculpting, and then what we're going to do is we're going to build out this direction. Actually, let's go ahead and move the ship. That's not the right. Not the right vehicle, or not the right cockpit anyways. Let's go ahead and move the ship. Okay, engines off. So, put the drill right in this pocket. And then we definitely want to do, I don't want to do silver armor, but what if we just do, no, let's see what silver looks like. Let's see how dumb this looks. Survey says, very dumb. How do I need to get this thing to come back to me. Let's see if that's, is that going to look as dumb as I think it is? Probably. And that can't draw 17 motors. That's fine. I just need it to be built up enough so I can kind of see what it's going to look like. No, that's fine. That's not terrible. That looks good enough. Yeah, I like it. Okay, beautiful. Let's do a quick little time lapse thing. That's what I think I'm gonna do. Yeah, time lapse it is. So yeah, let's see. Let's see what happens. Alrighty. In classic Tater fashion, it looks like I'm missing a couple of things. I say we. You guys are partly to blame here. No. It looks like um I'm missing some stuff. So we're not okay with this. This doesn't look right. I don't like it. So we'll figure this out later. But we're missing some detector components because I didn't bring any. So I believe I have that on my bar now. Um, I need to put in, I guess I can probably close that out, and then I believe it's 40 detector components to build this thing up, but just in case it's 20. So I've got 20 of those. But let's see if we're producing, because that's the thing we don't know. And I don't know why I honestly couldn't tell you why I decided that I was going to do yet another event controller since these don't seem to work at all. Um, but we are getting silver, which is all that matters. AG cargo. So, um, I don't know why this didn't do on the other one. Like cargo fill percentage, right? Equal to or greater to 50%. Let's just do 50. We'll put the one cargo. Oh, 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 oh. We'll put the one cargo thing that's on there, the basic static drill, all of these things. We need to do the AND gate so that to make sure, um, yeah, basically that, and then the action will be to, when true, turn off drill. That's it. When false, turn on drill. So when this is at 50%, it should turn the drill off. When it's on, it should blah, blah, blah. So forth and so on. So we got to fly back. Quickly. Fly back before the fog rolls in. You know what? Oh, the fee mine's actually showing up for here. I think we're doing excelente. But I will see you in just a few seconds when we get back to the base and I collect some more stuff and maybe have something interesting to say. I probably won't have anything interesting to say. I don't actually know right now. Setting up a silver mine is not quintessential to the system, to all the systems, but I think we're ready to go live with the farm. I think we're ready to get some stuff pumping there. Um, MG Mine is broadcasting that's fine. I'm hungry. I cannot wait to get better food than our dear old stuff here. We've not checked ground zero in quite a bit, so it may be worth a thing to check ground zero. But I don't have plans to do that right now. I think the Flying Squirrel, by the way, is a rousing success. This thing is a great barge, does great work. I even blueprinted it already because I thought to myself, man, this is the way to do it. So, if you guys will, I was gonna say I'll be right back. I'm gonna get this loaded up with those components, and then I will talk to you in just a few seconds. Be right back. Alrighty, let's see. First, we got to we need to upload those 20 components, which we can slap that there, slap that there. Okay, back again. Now, we've uploaded the 20 thingy things. Very important thingy things. Very, very important. From a standpoint of everything else, I think we had everything else already. We got pretty much everything. The only thing I wanted to potentially do is see unknown signal. We can go check that unknown signal out really quick while we're doing the moon AG. I think I put the components for an antenna, but I don't think I did anything with it. So I found that it's easier to just, instead of trying to figure out, because this is omnidirectional, so I don't really have front and reverse thrusts per se. So I just put it in dampeners off mode and I do a little gliding. But we're gonna get this unknown signal on our. We're probably not actually. That's really fun. You know what? We're gonna do it. The reason we're gonna do it is because what if it has important seeds, important plans? So we'll go get this unknown signal. Trade wandering merchant. I wonder if they have. I wonder if they buy anything. And then we really need to consider. So silver is important. I actually don't know why I think it's important. That's not true. I know it's important for potentially building a whatchamacallsums, a med bay, which is definitely needed for our new home if we decide to convert that supply post into a new home. Even though somebody said it was a forgotten outhouse, somebody. Also, welcome back. Missed you on that last one. Yeah. So that being all of that to say, we're gonna do some definite thinking about piracy. Part of me, I want to know what this trade little city is. I think we're gonna go look at that too. Let's do that. Let's do both of those things. We're gonna turn this thing on so we can um, get the thrust going. There we go. There we go. So let's go down here. Oh no. Got you. Hey, look at that. Oh, even better. Not only does it have food, it has fruit seeds and a meal pack. Bro, we finally get a real meal. Oh, and we can use the H nutter. Look at this. Oh, this is beautiful. Oh, we don't have. It's okay. We can fix this. Turn on, turn off. The clapper. All of them on. And then we just come over here and we grind this bad boy down. Here comes free parts. Doo doo doo. Yes. Saves me so much trouble. There you go. Get that. Switch sides. Go finish our. What are we finishing? I forgot. What are we doing? Who are we? Supply post. Moon AG. There we go. Anyways, lost drone. I think we. Anyways, so do we start our pirating? Or I can't believe I got a full meal. Oh my gosh, it's been so long. It's been so long. Um, all this to say, we need silver for something, and I think it's for the shield apparatuses that we're going to be using for combat. I also have been thinking, what if we can stay small grid? Now, small grid means that we wouldn't be jumping places, really. From a pirating standpoint, it'd be much easier to rebuild and stuff, but it'd be harder to jump. So we'd be like Pirates of the Moon sector until we could get potentially a Prototech one. But the thing is, some of these buildings might have Prototech hardware, like Prototech frame. If they have a Prototech frame, then I can very easily use it to build um, the things that I can use it to build. All right, come on, back it up. There we go. Sun rotation thing down. Let's get this thing over here on the ground. Engines off. We'll get out really quick. Now, we can get this thing set up. Obviously, we do solar rotor, solar hinge, solar camera, always at sun, Bob's your uncle. Bob isn't your uncle, I guess. Bob could be your uncle, but he's currently not your uncle. I don't know why that's not working. Oh, I do know why it's working, because I think I have this backwards. Solar hinge, solar rotor. How about now? There we go, look at that. Beautiful. And then we share inertial, share inertial. We color that the color it's supposed to be and not whatever color it is. Same with that one. And then 8. I guess we can stick this like that. I didn't bring any ammo. That's okay. Not a huge deal, just a deal. All right, now let's grab do this, like that, like that. There we go. Some trusses. That puts that right there. This goes up, and then I'm gonna do 6, and then we don't want that color. Battered armor. Uh, Let me lay this out and then I'll show you what we've done because my brain is not braining currently. So yeah, give me just a second to get this thing laid out. Alrighty, look at that. So this, in theory, now should work. Cargo filled, the AND gate's on, everything that happens. We need to bring some ammunition to this thing, but all the basic drills, once it gets to 50%, it should turn the thing off, right? Because equal to or greater than 50%, when true, turn off drill, when false, turn on drill. So that should 100% turn that thing off. We've got lighting, we've got an antenna. Do we have an antenna? We don't have an antenna yet. I think I was planning to build one and then, oh no, wait, we do. We built that one right there, yeah. Okay, we got the antenna, got everything we need. That is literally the whole shebang. We have it all built up. So silver mine completed. That's perfect. Let's see if we can't do this right there. That's probably not how we want to do that, but that'll do. That will work. Oh, good. That's what you want, is a meteor storm. Let's go ahead and do that right there. Let's do inventory. We're going to go to the ship, and we say modular, and we just say, look, you can have as much of this silver as possible. That gets us some silver. Okay, so that's that. That's going to be that right there. We'll turn these things on really quick. We'll get that welded up. We've got some stuff over here we need to weld up. HUD text is going to be ag mine. We've done it. Ag mine. We'll go ahead and name the grid. Beautiful. We got a battery on there. We've got an event controller that is set and should be good to go and active. Antenna working, getting power. That should be building enough power for this whole thing to stay in motion for as long as possible. I want to say that I could easily, like we could fix the, I feel like I could do this and then there we go. That way it looks a little more uniform. Probably don't need to do that, but why not? Look at that. Ag mine completed. Getting some silver coming in. That's beautiful. Do we want to go mess with that unknown signal in space? You know, why not? Let's fly to space. In space. You know what ship? Last time we built the Return, and I thought it was a pretty good ship. I'm thinking to myself, what if we continued the Return? I don't know. What if we brought it back? We need a combat ship. I don't know if you guys have one that you really love on, like on the Steam page. Like maybe you guys have a workshop ship that you love for a small grid combat fighter, or do we just build our own? I think that's going to be the next step. We need to kind of get the farm. Oh, do you see what I see? What is that? There's a big old ship up there, and I don't know what it is. But I'm willing to bet it will be hostile if given opportunity. So I don't want to give it the opportunity. I think this is the first time the flying squirrel has left the moon. That is definitely something right there. Let's go ahead. I'm curious. We're gonna do a little not cheating. We're gonna utilize the belly cam to see if whatever that is a threat or not. But the way to do that is gonna be weird. So let me get next to this thing first, and then we will. Hopefully this thing doesn't decide to fly away because it's. Yeah, there you go. It is kind of moving, but if we do camera, what is that? Zoom in. I think it's just a wreck. Do we want to go investigate that? We should definitely go investigate that. What could go wrong? We're in our only ship for building and constructing. No bad things can happen. No! I knew that was going to happen. Dang it. I can't. Ugh. Got you. Nothing. Where'd it go? Oh, are you kidding me? Where'd it go? Oh. Bye. Fuck. Useless goddamn thing. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Huh. Mistakes were made. Where the hell? The real question is, why is it... I'm confused. What? There's a problem. I don't understand why the flying squirrel A is not showing up from the beacon. And why, like, why is it invisible? What? Okay, I see that ship. I see this thing over here. What do we got here? What is this? Is that the flying squirrel? Did I fly that far away? No. Bro, what? No. I did. What the Guys, I don't think the flying squirrel has an antenna. Oh, what a dumb. Oh, man. Well, you know what's going to get fixed right the frick now? The flying squirrel's about to get an antenna. Holy cow, wouldn't that have been dumb? I mean, it was dumb. It wouldn't be, would be dumb. HUD text. No. Dang it. HUD text. Flying squirrel. Guys, that was nearly terrible. Oh, God. I'm going to get into the thing before I cook myself. Good, good. I'm glad we did that. Wait a minute. It has an antenna. 5,000 meters. Why is this not set to broadcast? I don't... I fully don't understand. Is that the same one? That's another scrap settlement? Ooh. Let's go check it out really quick. I know this is super tangented. We're already on another squirrel moment, but we're gonna head for that. Um, yeah, we're gonna head towards that thing and see what happens. See what's what. I'll pick up when we get a little closer. Well, I gotta say, guys, I decided to do a little detour. I was gonna go towards that abandoned scrap, but then I thought to myself, we should check out this trade little city. It seemed more interesting, so here we are, trade little city. See what's going on with this thing in here. I'm going to use it to stop, and hopefully it doesn't blow my ship up, but if it does, well, it's a valuable lesson we learned. Ugh. There we go. Last time we docked on a trade station, it messed everything up, so we will not be doing that today. We're just gonna shut her down. Last time, like I said, it caused a weird issue. So let's see what they have. Oh, ain't that fancy. Store, what do they buy? Oh, they'll buy thruster components. Shoot. Little City may be our next jam. We've gotta go sell some thruster components. We can make some fat cash. What do we got contract wise? There are no available contracts. That's useless, but not overall the worst thing in the world. Whoa. What is this? Wow. Okay. Got a vendor store there, vendor store there. Toilet and a shower. Okay. Robot pooping. That's what you want. You know, that's really how you... Nothing there. Creepy robot guy. What else we got? Another robot pooping. Love that for us. Nope, I did not want to lay down on this thing. What do we got? Still waiting on next delivery. Trade station and our inventory rotation is complete. Come see what's for sale. Okay, cool. Does that mean you're no longer... That probably means they're no longer buying thruster components. No, they still are. Okay. I say we make a sale. That's what I say, but... Alright, let's get the heck out of here. We're going to head back to a base. I think that's what's going to happen. Like I said, I took a detour because I thought to myself that might be more interesting. There was still that, like, abandoned pirate thing. And it was basically this direction. So we're not completely out of the woods as far as going to investigate that, but it wasn't necessary. I decided to divert to the little city because I thought that'd be more interesting than a potential abandoned facility. But now that we're headed back towards the base, the abandoned facility might be very interesting. So we're just going to swing by it on the way home, and I'll pick you up if we get there, if I find it. It's interesting, whatever the case may be. It may not be interesting. We could just grind it down for extra parts, but I don't know that we need extra parts that bad right this second, so it's sort of a moot point, as they say. Or a moot point, as Joey says. It's like a cow's opinion. It just doesn't matter. Um, I don't know if those cities ultimately disappear if you don't claim them immediately. I'm not familiar with the scrapyard scenario stuff, so I just don't know for sure. But, alright, see you in a second. Just another little supply post. Let's take a look and see what's what. Got a little outhouse. Speaking of outhouses, John. The Book of Tohan. Okay, Book of Tohan is now the Book of Taton. No, it's not. I'm not going to pick it up. Book of Tohan. Pistoli. Nothing of value. Huh. Alright. Well, there's that. Interesting. See if there's anything in the outhouse. Hopefully no gun that's going to shoot me. Looks like a no. There's a survival kit with one medical component. And small conveyor, converter, small gyro, stuff like that. Nice. Well, I will take that. Might as well. Alright, let's get back to base. That's what we're doing. Back to base. Back to basics, as they say. They don't say that. Do they say that? I don't know who says anything anymore. Got moon scrap. That's that direction. Ground zero is... Where is ground zero? I want to say ground zero is this direction. Actually, it's probably that way. So we'll go mobile shipyard. That's cool. All right. I'll catch you in a second when we get back to base, and we'll discuss next steps. Beautiful. Look at that. We're home. We turn on the thrusters. We flare up. Get that heavy stopping thrust on the bottom. Do a sweep around down here. It's beautiful. It's great. Everything's good. Looks wonderful. We are ready to start farming essentially. Now, one little trick. I think it was Pendragon or man, I have to go back and look at the comment. Exactly, but someone said thanks for kind of going through the goat sorter on how to get the thing to keep from stealing stuff out of your inventory. So quick tip, if you have a bunch of stuff in your inventory, the next thing you can do, come in here, do the connector. I like to highlight it, hit copy, back it off, let it sit here for a second. It will empty out the ship so that if there's anything here, let the grid do its sorting. So basically disconnect, reconnect, and then the grid will well, in theory the base should pull all this stuff out. And then everything is out of my inventory, but it doesn't seem to be wanting to do that, and I don't really know why. Oh, no, there it goes. Yeah, it just took a second. So yeah, that gets it re-entered, and then if you want to go back to doing that, what I'll do is I go back to the connector, and then I just repaste no goat, hit enter, close it out, and that way this thing is permanent, like is empty for the next run, whatever we want to do. We got a lot of good stuff. I think we got some fruit, we got some vegetables. One thing we need to do, which we can really quickly just take we can really just take this ammo and the H nutter. We'll go over to the silver mine and we'll put some ammo in it. Even though I think the meteor should stay within relatively close range to me. We can still do that really quick and just that way we have it. That's the way I think about it. It's interesting. So that's a Sprite salvage carrier. But the fascinating thing about that, the reason I think that's fascinating, or the reason I'm saying that's interesting, is because we're currently not at war with them, which is at the very, I mean, it's good. I guess all pirates stick together is the theory there. I don't really know, but could be useful. Whoa, blown past there. Get a little stop right there. Beautiful. Come in here. Slap some ammo in there. Next thing you know, the Gatling turret should have ammo. And we should be able to take this silver, which is beautiful. That's what you want. That's what you want to keep happening. Keep those things up. Alrighty. So, we got some pretty good success, I will say. I think the next step might be to finish. What is the next step? What do we think the next step is? The farm finish ready. I'm gonna seal that off. I don't think anything needs to be done to it from a non-sealed perspective, but I can go take a look at it. But we seal off that. We get the farm up and running. I think that's next steps. We might do the first planting on screen and see what that looks like. We don't have a ton of seeds. We're gonna have to actually, I'm gonna make a trip right now to ground zero to pick up. I gotta make a trip to the fee mine. I'll make a trip to ground zero to pick up the other seeds, and then we're gonna have to go there and start the farming process. So that'll probably be at the start of the next one. We'll start the farming process, and then I think it's time we build for now, it doesn't need the parking lot or any of that stuff. We don't exactly have patrons just yet. Um, so then the next step will probably be to build a fighter ship. We're going to need to build something they can pirate with, so that John can quit making fun of my pirate escapades. Uh, that's just me thinking out loud, you know. But I think that's what we're going to need. And I'm, basically to attract more people, other restaurants in the area you might want to like and subscribe. And that can help really build a positive network of people who like me and subscribe to me. All right, we got seeds, we've got vegetables, we got fruit. We have cosmic coffee, which isn't any of those things, but we'll have to go check let's go check ground zero really quick. And then I think we're going to sign off. Ground zero, take the H nutter over to ground zero. Um, I like how zippy this thing is. It just gets going. I don't have to, no ground clearance, no messing around. Just straight to the point, zippity doo dah. Bob's your uncle. Flock of seagulls, haircut, waka waka doo doo. Yeah. Anyone? No? Okay. Just me. Thanks for coming along, guys. I really appreciate it. This one's kind of weird, like a weird short one. We had to put up. I wanted to put up a mine. That's really what I wanted to do. It's not the most interesting content right now because we're kind of getting ready for war. But the next time you're going to see it, we'll plant our first vegetables and fruits and things of that nature. And once we get that done, once we get that piece of the puzzle complete, the next step, build a war machine and begin the life of a salty pirate. That's what I'm thinking. So, but in order to do that, I've got to make sure, A, that I have the proper stuff. So we have so much food. Look at that. Oh, grain seeds, coffee beans, fruit seeds. Heck yeah, mushroom seeds, spores. That's basically the same thing. We still have some ramen. We're going to take those. Might as well. We've got some meal pack, hardtack. We've got some meal packs. And we already have some potatoes, which is great news, and some engineered coffee. These things, meal pack, vegetable seeds, potato seeds. Potato seed, we have every kind of seed, and we have some potatoes that we can go ahead and turn into stuff. That is spectacular news. And one of the things I didn't think about, we definitely need, post haste, we need to make sure that, I'm going to go ahead and take all the meals with us, because why wouldn't I? We definitely we definitely need to probably, if I had to take a guess, actually, what's going on here? Refinery? Can you not refine this? I don't know why automatic push pull is not on, but that's weird. Anyways, what we need next is that we've got all these food items. We've got some stuff. I think the next step, honestly, guys, is simply to start farming. Get some food built up, build a warship, start our pirating adventures, full swing ahead. I'm definitely going to put a shield on some stuff, and I think you need silver for that, which is the whole point of getting the silver mine up now. It's probably going to be gold, in which case I might just copy the silver mines format and build a gold mine off stream. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think about that. And please, by all means, put in the comments either a link to Steam, the vehicle, the small ship combat ship thing that you like. If you have one, if you have your own design, absolutely put it up on the storefront, on the workshop. Let me know because I will use it. I'll build one ship for every person. We'll have a whole fleet of ships. I should probably turn this on because I think the next step is going to be to go ahead and get this thing finished out. And we don't have a parking lot yet, but coming soon. TM. There we go. Park. Get up in here. Oh, I'm excited about this. Yes. Look at this. We're going to have vegetables, man. We're going to have it. This has got everything it needs. And I think we already put, so if we put the grain seeds, vegetable seeds, fruit seeds, coffee beans, spores, we have potatoes. We have engineered coffee already. We have potato seeds, So these mills and stuff, they can just come here because that's where they belong. We're going to need to bring a ton of kelp. The other thing I was thinking we need to add, we definitely need an ATM. I didn't even think about that, but you got to have an ATM in a restaurant, right? They need a place to pick up money. So I'll find a place to put an ATM, and then we'll do the tour and walk around. With silver, we can also complete this finally. We can make this single gravity component that we needed, which is important. So the other thing I had, no, you know what? That's it. That's gonna be it. We are almost ready for the farm. I just got to do a little bit of finishing touches, but look at this. This place, I look like a hydroponics farmer. Um, you know, with all that may or may not entail. But guys, we did it. I appreciate you guys coming along. Let me know, like I said, comment. I want to know what ships you would use in combat, or should I just design my own? I can't wait to look. I look forward to reading those comments, and I will catch you guys later, or as I like to say, because my brain is jumbled in this moment, I will catch you later, taters. And as always, be kind, stay ornery. Bye.